This lesson is about the perimeter area of rhombi, trapezoids, and kites. Apparently rhombi is the plural of rhombus, which makes me feel silly for all the times I've said rhombuses. Here's some background information you need to know before we get started. This is the trapezoid. If we want to find the area of the trapezoid, the formula is given as 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. This is similar to the area of a triangle, which we know that for the area of a triangle it's just 1/2 base times height. Okay, that's for a triangle. But a trapezoid has two bases. Okay, so I'll call this one base 1 and I'll call this base 2. Alright, these horizontal segments are the bases. So you can think of it as the area of a triangle, but instead of one base there are two. So instead of 1/2 base times height, it's 1/2 the sum of the bases times the height. Okay, of course the height would be this distance like straight down. That would be the height. This is a rhombus. A rhombus has 4 congruent sides. Alright, so all those are equal. The formula for the area of a rhombus is 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. So to find the area of a rhombus, we need to know this length and we need to know this length. Okay, because the pink one, you could call that diagonal 1 and the green one would be diagonal 2. And that's how you would find the area of a rhombus. This is a kite, and the same formula also works to find the area of a kite. 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 gets you the area of a kite. Okay, one more thing that I need to remind you about is the distance formula. If I needed to find the length of a side, alright, say if I needed to find this, and if this was the point, let's say 1, 2, and this was the point 5, -7. If I wanted to find the length of this side of the kite for some reason, I could use the distance formula to find the length of the segment, alright, because the distance and length are the same thing. So the distance formula says you can find the distance between 2 points x1, y1, and x2, y2 by doing x minus x squared. Okay, so that's x2 minus x1 squared, and then plus y2 minus y1 squared. So if I need to find any length, I can just use the distance formula. So if I need to find the length of this segment right here, I would just go x minus x. So I'd do 5 minus 1 squared, and then y minus y. So I'd do -7 minus 2 squared. And I'd put that in a calculator, and that would tell me the length of this segment. Alright, so that's the background information we need. Now let's get started. Okay, problem number 1. I meant to cover this up. I guess it's too late now, but whatever. What is the area of this trapezoid? Well, the formula for the area of a trapezoid, as I just discussed, is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So that makes this 1/2, okay, base 1, base 2. It doesn't really matter which one you call base 1 and which one you call base 2. But it'll be 1/2 8 plus 4, and then the height is 4. Okay, so you could probably work this out by hand. 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, half of 12 is 6. And 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, so that's why the area is 24 square units. Number 3, we've got this kite. AC is 10. Okay, so this from here to here is 10, and BD is 6. So this is 6. So they are giving us both diagonals of this kite. What is the area? Well, we know the formula for the area of a kite is 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Alright, it doesn't matter which one you call diagonal 1 and which one you call diagonal 2, but it'll be 1/2 10 times 6. Alright, half of 10 is 5. 5 times 6 is 30. So it should be 30 square units. And there you go. Alright, number 5. We have a trapezoid, and we're told that the area is 40 square units. What is the height? Okay, well, we know that the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. And so that's the area. So since the area is 40 square units, then this should equal 40. But we also know both of the bases. So we know that 1/2 6 plus 10, all right, that's my base 1 and base 2, times the height, that should equal 40. Okay, 6 plus 10 is 16. Okay, half of 16 is 8. Alright, dividing by 8 on both sides. We get that the height is 5. So the answer should be 5 units. And there you go. Okay, number 7. This is a kite. The area is 48 square units. The length of segment BD is 8. What is the length of AC? Alright, I'm going to call this X, since that's the thing that we're looking for. Now, we're given the area, which is 48. So, we know that the area of a kite is 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Alright, equals the area. So, substituting in what we know. Okay, 1/2. One of the diagonals is 8. The other diagonal is what we're looking for. We called it X. And we know the area is 48. So we just need to solve this for X, and that'll be the length of AC. Half of 8 is 4. So 4x is equal to 48. Then all we have to do is divide both sides by 4. So we should be talking about 12 square units. No, not square. We're talking about the length of AC, so 12 units, not square units. And there it is. Problem number 9. We have a kite inscribed inside of this rectangle. We're specifically told that F and H are midpoints. So if this is X, that means that this is X over here as well. And we're given the area of the kite, which is 35. And we're supposed to find the value of X. Alright, so fine. We're given the area, so let's start with the area formula for a kite. For a kite, we know that the area should be 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. That should equal the area. So let's substitute everything that we know. So that's going to be 1/2. Now, one of the diagonals is right here. Okay, it's the 2 and the 5. That's a total of 7. The other diagonal, let me switch colors for a second. This is the other diagonal. We don't know how long it is, but we know that both parts are x, all right, because of these. So x plus x is 2x, so we know that the diagonal from E to G has a length of 2x. And then we know the area, and the area is 35. So we have an equation with one unknown. We should be able to solve it. Alright, 7 times 2 is 14, so that makes this 1/2 times 14x is equal to 35. Half of 14 is 7, so that makes this 7x is equal to 35. And if you divide both sides by 7, you get x is equal to 5. So the answer should be 5 units. And there it is. Number 11, the area of a rhombus is 72. EC is 8. Alright, so this is EC right here, and that is 8. DB is x minus 1. Okay, so this is DB, and that entire thing is x minus 1. Okay, find the value of x. Well, they've given us the area of the rhombus, so let's start with the formula for the area of a rhombus. We know that 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 should equal the area of a rhombus. So let's substitute in everything we know. So first of all, the blue diagonal from A to C, we were given half of it is 8. So that means the other half is also 8, for a total of 16. Okay, so this becomes 1/2 16 times. Now diagonal 2, shown here in pink, is DB. We were told that that is x minus 1. So we have 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Oh, that's going to bug me. Okay, and that should equal the area, and we're told that that was 72. So it's just a matter of solving this equation. Now 1/2 of 16 is 8. So this becomes 8 times x minus 1 is equal to 72. Now a lot of people would do the distributive property right now, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I find it more simple to divide both sides by 8 right now. Okay, that will cancel out that 8, and so that's going to leave me with x minus 1 is equal to 9. Then all that's left is to add 1 to both sides, and that gives me x is equal to 10. Okay, 10 units. Alright, that's why the answer was 10. Okay, what is the area of the trapezoid? Well, we know the formula for the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. And because the bases are both horizontal, we can just count. Okay, let me check. I'm noticing that each square is worth 1, so I can simply count. So over here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so one of the bases is 8. Then up here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so 4 and 8. Okay. So far that gives me 1/2 4 plus 8. Now I still need the height. Okay, now the height is going to be the vertical distance between the bases. And I can see that that is also 4. Okay, so 1/2 sum of the bases times the height. So it's just a matter of simplifying this expression. 4 plus 8 is 12. Whoops. Half of 12 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. So we're talking area, so this should be 24 square units. Alright, and that's why the answer is 24 square units. Okay, this will be the last problem for this video. We're told that we have a kite, and we're supposed to find the perimeter of the kite. So we need all 4 lengths. It will be useful to keep in mind that because it's a kite, these 2 sides will be the same, and these 2 sides will be the same. So we're not going to have to find all 4. We can just find 2 and then copy them. So let's find the distance between x and y. It will be useful to know the coordinates of x and y. So x is 3, 4, and y is 5, 1. Okay, so we can use the distance formula to find the length of xy. Hold on, I don't like my x and my y. Okay, so the length of xy, we should be able to find that using the distance formula. So I'm doing x minus x and y minus y. So x minus x, so that'll be 5 minus 3 squared plus, now y minus y, so 1 minus 4 squared. Okay, and we could do that by hand. Or you could use a calculator. Okay, so that turns out to be radical 13. Okay, that means this is radical 13. So this is also radical 13. Now, let's find the length of YZ down here. Alright, we already have point Y, so point Z is the point 3, negative 3. Okay, so again I'm going to do x minus x, and I'm going to do y minus y. So I'm going to do 3 minus 5 squared, that's x minus x, and I'm going to do negative 3 minus 1. Alright, y minus y. Alright, let's see what that gets us. Okay, that's giving us 2 radical 5. Okay, so that tells us that this is 2 radical 5, and this is also 2 radical 5. Okay, so now we're ready to find the perimeter. Okay, the perimeter should be the sum of all fours. So it should be radical 13 plus radical 13 plus 2 radical 5 plus 2 radical 5. It's the sum of all four sides. Okay, initially they're giving me this weird expression where they've just collected the like terms, but I'll hit the toggle key to give me a decimal. And that's giving me 16.2. Alright, it said the nearest tenth, so that means 1 decimal place. So let's see how we did. Okay, that's why the answer was 16.2 units. I hope this video was helpful. Good luck on your quiz.